Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today we diving into the fascinating world of US half dollars, and I'll be showing you two of the most valuable half dollar coins that could be worth a fortune. These coins are not just currency, they're pieces of American history with hidden value that could be sitting in your pocket change or tucked away in a family collection. Stay tuned as we reveal the details, values, and the stories behind these incredible coins. Let's get started. In today's video, we're diving deep into the story and value of the 1967 half-dollar coin of the United States of America. This coin, part of the legendary Kennedy half-dollar series, carries not only monetary worth but also immense historical and emotional value. Minted just a few years after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963, the 1967 half-dollar is more than just a piece of silver. It's a symbol of national remembrance. Collectors around the world seek this coin for its silver content, its unique minting history, and its place in American numismatic tradition. The 1967 Kennedy half-dollar belongs to a special category of coins known as the 40% silver issues. Unlike the 1964 half-dollar, which was struck in 90% silver, coins minted from 1965 through 1970 were made with a reduced silver content of 40% silver and 60% copper due to rising silver prices and the government's effort to keep coins in circulation. That makes the 1967 issue particularly interesting. It's part of a transitional era when silver was being phased out of circulating coinage, yet collectors knew these coins still had intrinsic value beyond their face denomination. One of the most notable facts about the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar is that it does not have a mint mark. Between 1965 and 1967, the U.S. Mint decided to remove mint marks from coins as a way to discourage hoarding by collectors. During this time, coins were produced in massive quantities at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, but without any mint mark to identify them. This was a strategic move, but ironically, it only made the coins from this era more mysterious and attractive to collectors today. So every 1967 half-dollar you come across will look the same, no mint mark whatsoever. In terms of mintage, the 1967 half-dollar was produced in extremely high numbers. Over 295 million pieces were struck, reflecting the U.S. Mint's efforts to satisfy the nation's demand for circulating coinage. This huge mintage means that the coin is not considered rare in circulated grades, but certain high-quality examples, especially those preserved in mint state condition or proof-like appearance, can command significant premiums. In today's market, collectors who specialize in Kennedy half-dollars often focus on finding coins with brilliant luster, minimal contact marks, and strong strikes. Speaking of special strikes, the special mint set SMS coins from 1967 are particularly fascinating. Instead of regular proof sets, the U.S. Mint produced SMS coins between 1965 and 1967, which were struck with extra care, featuring a satin-like or proof-like finish. These coins are highly desirable among collectors because they offer a higher quality version of the 1967 half-dollar without being a true proof coin. The 1967 SMS Kennedy half-dollar is known for its sharp details, smoother surfaces, and sometimes even cameo contrasts. These SMS coins are a must-have for serious collectors of the series. Now let's talk about value. The 1967 half-dollar has a face value of -1 cent, but its silver content alone makes it worth much more. Each coin contains approximately 0.1479 troy ounces of silver, which means its melt value depends directly on the price of silver. As of today's silver market, the melt value usually ranges from $3 to $5. However, collector demand often drives prices higher. For circulated examples, you might expect to pay around $4 to $6, while uncirculated coins can range between $10 and $30. Special mint set examples and high-grade certified coins graded MS66 or higher can sometimes fetch $100 or more at auction. One key factor that influences the value of a 1967 half-dollar is its condition and grade. Coins that circulated heavily will show wear on President Kennedy's hair, the cheek, and the eagle on the reverse side. On the other hand, coins that were preserved in original rolls, bags, or sets often retain much of their original mint luster. Collectors use grading scales from good to mint state 70, with higher grades commanding significantly higher prices. For example, a common circulated 1967 Kennedy half dollar might only bring silver melt value, but a pristine MS-67 SMS coin with cameo contrast could easily sell for several $100. Another layer of value comes from numismatic errors and varieties. While most 1967 half dollars look fairly standard, there are known examples of doubled die, versus die breaks, and other striking anomalies. Collectors who specialize in error coins pay premiums for these unusual pieces, and in some cases error coins can be worth many times more than their silver content. If you come across a 1967 half dollar, always check carefully for unusual doubling die cracks or off-center strikes. It might just be a rare variety hiding in plain sight. Beyond value, the historical significance of the 1967 half dollar makes it one of the most cherished coins of the Kennedy series. Even though it's not rare, it represents a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage history, the transition from precious metal coinage to Clyde coinage. For older generations, it brings back memories of the late 1960s, a time of change and national reflection. For younger collectors, President Kennedy's legacy and to a unique chapter in numismatic evolution. In conclusion, the 1967 Kennedy half dollar of the United States is more than just a 50-cent coin. It's a collector's piece, a historical reminder, and a tangible store of silver value. Whether you're reholding a circulated example from pocket change, an uncirculated coin from an original roll, or a beautifully preserved special mint set, strike each one tells a story. Collectors love it for its affordability, silver content, and deep historical meaning. If you haven't yet added a 1967 Kennedy half dollar to your collection, this is the perfect time to start. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more detailed coin value videos, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into America's most fascinating coins. Today we will be talking about the 1973 half dollar coin of the United States of America, a coin that carries historical importance and has intrigued collectors for decades. This coin, also known as the Kennedy half dollar, not only has a unique design but also a special place in American numismatic history. If you are a coin collector, investor, or simply someone who enjoys learning about coins, this video will give you detailed insights into the 1973 half dollar, its varieties, its value, and why so many people still seek it today. The Kennedy half dollar was first issued in 1964, shortly after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was introduced to honor his memory, and since then it has become one of the most collected coins in U.S. history. By the year 1973, the half dollar was in its 9th year of mintage, and the coins were struck at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced coins with specific purposes such as circulation coins, proof coins, and collector issues. Unlike the earlier 1964 Kennedy half dollars that contained 90% silver, the 1973 half dollars were struck in copper nickel clad, making them less valuable in terms of metal content, but still important numismatically. The obverse of the 1973 half dollar features the famous portrait of John F. Kennedy designed by Gilroy Roberts, while the reverse shows the presidential coat of arms designed by Frank Gasparro with a heraldic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch. The details in the design remain consistent with prior years, but sharpness and strike quality often vary depending on the mint. Collectors often seek coins with high levels of detail, minimal wear, and brilliant luster, which increases the value of these coins, especially in higher grades such as MS-65 or MS-67. When it comes to mintages, the 1973 half dollar is interesting because it was not released into general circulation in large numbers. Philadelphia struck around 64 million coins, while the Denver Mint produced about 83 million coins. The San Francisco Mint struck proof coins with a mintage of about 2.7 million because banks and the public were not actively requesting half dollars. During this period, many of these coins stayed in rolls, bags, or were distributed mainly to collectors through mint sets and proof sets. This limited circulation adds an interesting layer of scarcity in higher grade circulated examples. In terms of value, the 1973 half dollar generally holds modest worth in circulated condition, often ranging from 50 cents to $2 depending on condition. However, uncirculated examples, particularly those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, can bring much higher prices. For instance, an MS65 example may sell for $15 to $25, while superb gem examples in MS67 or higher can reach into the hundreds of dollars. Due to their rarity-proof versions, especially those with deep cameo contrast, can sell for $10 to $50 or more depending on condition and demand. One special variety to look out for is the 1973's proof $half. Collectors highly prize coins with strong cameo and deep cameo frost on the devices, contrasting beautifully against the mirrored fields. These coins are far more valuable than standard proofs and can sometimes command significant premiums in the coin market. Additionally, coins with minting errors such as off-center, strikes, doubled dies, or other unusual anomalies can be worth much more than standard issues, sometimes even hundreds or thousands of dollars. The 1973 $half also tells the story of a changing era in American coinage. By this time, silver had been completely removed from circulating $half, with only special 40% silver versions being struck in earlier years for collector purposes. This shift to copper-nickel clad reflected both economic realities and changing public attitudes toward coinage. Collectors often viewed the 1973 $half as a representative of the modern clad era, period when the U.S. Mint was adapting to new materials while still honoring historical figures through design. For coin collectors, one of the best ways to acquire a high-quality 1973 $half is through original U.S. Mint sets or proof sets from that year. These sets often contain pristine examples that have been protected from circulation. It's also a great way to experience the coins as they were originally issued. Subscription to numismatic channels, coin clubs, or even the U.S. Mint's mailing lists back in the 1970s helped collectors stay informed, and today online platforms allow collectors to subscribe to updates, auctions, and numismatic news to keep track of coin values and trends. If you are thinking about collecting, the 1973 $half condition and storage are very important. Coins should be kept in protective holders away from moisture and direct handling to preserve their original mint luster. Collectors should also consider grading services to authenticate and grade their coins, which can significantly increase their resale value. The numismatic community often emphasizes that while most 1973 $half are common, finding a true gem example is much rarer and highly rewarding for serious collectors. In conclusion, the 1973 $half coin of the United States of America is a fascinating collectible that blends history, artistry, and numismatic interest. While most examples are affordable and within reach of beginner collectors, the higher grade coins, proof issues, and rare varieties can bring strong premiums. This makes the coin appealing to a wide range of collectors, from casual hobbyists to serious investors. If you enjoyed learning about the 1973 $half and want to stay updated on coin values, history, and collecting tips, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with other coin enthusiasts. Your subscription helps us bring more valuable content about coins from around the world.